You're live.
Where are we?
Where are we? That's because
You have the camera cover.
Yeah, you know that little button that covers your camera? It's like it says go live. It says we're live, but we're not live. So, hey, everybody. How are
I
you?
love that.
I know,
Oh,
right?
my gosh. That's funny. That's funny.
Hi,
Good
welcome,
morning.
everyone. You want to come over
A
here
little bit more?
just so you're not,
There we go.
not haloing?
I'm not haloing. I'm
No,
fine.
you're good. You're good.
There we go.
Yep. We smack dab between the
Two windows with the sun coming in. I know.
Hi, everyone. Welcome.
Hello.
It's another edition of This Is So Not a Podcast. I'm Debbie. I own the shop here at Dances with Wool in Midlothian, Virginia. And this is March the 4th. And we're glad to be with you today.
This is episode 30, right? Oh my goodness. Yeah. So my name is Erin and I am the store manager. And as Debbie said, we are a local yarn store located just outside the city of Richmond in Central Virginia. And you can shop us in person Tuesdays through Saturdays, as well as online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in your pajamas from your couch. And we will link our website and everything else that we talk about today in the comments just below this box as soon as we are no longer live. So you will have links to patterns and everything that we talk about.
Yeah, so we're happy to be here. Spring is definitely in the air here in Virginia.
For now.
We're supposed to be. Yeah,
for now. This is full spring. We all know this.
This is like the weather has been 60 some degrees outside. It's supposed to be that way all week too. And so I'm just hoping it's not the end. I'm not ready to give up my knits yet. That's the only thing. It's like, God, I'm not ready to give up my knits, my good knit, my
it's all right.
My heavier knits. I'm just not ready to do that yet, but oh well. It's been muddy here too, so I know. So it's just
it gets that way. It just gets a lot of rain. It gets wet in here.
So what have you been up to?
Well, we've been busy.
Oh my gosh.
Prepping for spring. We have a lot of things happening.
Oh, wow. I know. I feel like, I kind of this weekend though, I have to say, when I got home Friday night, I just felt so much better because everything that we've got coming up in April, it's done.
Yes.
It's done.
Yeah.
We're planned out. I just can't say enough about our staff. Our shop looks amazing. March was planned well in advance. And so all of our merchandising has been done. The shop is just a sea of green
for St. Patrick's Day.
For St. Patrick's Day, when you walk in, when you see all the samples, Kieser's been doing a great job merchandising the shop each month, and it just looks so good in here. And we have, like I said, a big April coming up, and we have been planned out. And it's like Friday for the first time when that website went live for our James River Yarn Crawl. I just went, oh my God. Thank you. It was like the last piece that had to be done. And so yeah, we are on the ball. We are rocking. We have got so much going on here at the shop that we've planned, and we're getting ready to throw a big party here. So.
Yes. And we will talk to you about that. Spring classes are up now for the spring quarter. So we have classes on our website out through May. You can check those out. We have those in all kinds of, I'm sitting closer to the camera than you are. And I'm like, why do I look like I'm taller than you? That is not the case.
No.
At all. Wait a minute.
Usually
we got some Hobbit movie perspective going on here.
Usually you're on a pillow.
I know. So spring classes up through May. You can check those out on our website and sign up for those. We have the Marie
Greene
coming back.
She's coming back because she's got a new book published this month called Knitting Light. And she has taken, I can't remember how many patterns it is, but the whole book is full of her patterns that have been done in lighter weight yarns. And we have her coming back to do a book talk on that.
And teach a mini workshop all about gauge. I think we have 3 seats. Maybe.
I'm not sure it's even that many.
2. If you're watching this, I would pause right now. Go to our website if you really want that. We're down to the last couple of seats for that. That's Saturday, April 20th.
Yeah.
So
we've got a big weekend with her planned.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to be in the shop.
Yes. So even if you don't manage to score a seat for the brunch and the book talk and the workshop, even if they all sell out by the time you're watching this and you don't manage to grab one of the last couple seats, she'll be here for the day afterwards. And we're going to have all kinds of our spring yarns will be here. We have a curated mini trunk show in from Little Fox Yarn. She's going to bring her willow base, which is perfect for a lot of the patterns in Marie's book. And Marie will just be here. And so you can meet her and take a picture and
get your book signed
if you ordered a book. And we will have a few extra copies of the book for you to grab that weekend and just pick out a new pattern. And
and we'll have great yarns.
We'll have great yarns for that. So, but that's coming up in April. And then of course the James River Yarn Crawl. Which is before then.
There's so much to tell you about that.
There's tons, and we're going to talk about that. It's going to have its own segment later in the podcast, but that's coming. That's coming up April 5th and 13th. So we've been planning for that for months. All 5 yarn shops have, and so we had our Inspire Me last Friday. We, gave you the first look at everything, and so we'll talk a lot about that a little bit more later on. And then the Maryland Sheep and Wool bus trip is the first Sunday in May. So the 6th, we're going up, and there are still a few seats left on the bus as well. So if you would like to come with us, let somebody else do the driving.
Yeah, because it's a 3-hour trip
up,
and it's through Northern Virginia.
Exactly. So let somebody else do the driving, and you just sit back and
bring your knitting, crochet, and just sit on the bus and relax, have a snack, talk to your neighbors. I mean, it's nice. We'll have some games going up, some little giveaways and things like that. Be a lot of fun. What's better than this? Because parking at these events sometimes can be a nightmare.
Yeah.
He drops you right at the gate. And, you walk in, and then when you come out, he's parked like right over there next to the gate.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had the same driver.
We've had the same driver for years.
And he treats us so well. So plan to come. Everybody who travels with us has a great time. So try to come. And you get 6 hours. And that, 6 hours when we have people on the bus waiting to pull out at 3 o'clock. It's like, oh my gosh, I've done so much. I'm done. But you get plenty of time there. There is something on YouTube about helping you plan your trip.
Yes, if you check our channel, we have a video Keezer and I did last year. I might do an updated one for this year. I haven't decided yet. But it can at least get a sense of watching last year's. And the vendor list just went live on the website this weekend. So
you get a chance to look at the vendors ahead of time to kind of plan where you want to go, pick a few projects and decide what yarns you want to get for them. And then just spend the rest of the time just enjoying the crowd. Lots of fun. So we're going on Sunday, the first Sunday in May.
Yep.
And we leave here at 6 in the morning and we get back around,
depending on traffic, 6-ish in the evening. Yeah.
Just in time for you to go home and enjoy a dinner with your family.
And unpack all your stuff.
And unpack, and do a show and tell.
So we have tons. We have so much stuff coming up. If you do not subscribe to our weekly email newsletter, we harp on it all the time. I know, but it really is the best way to keep up with everything and make sure you don't miss out on stuff. So you can sign up for that on our website. You see it right there in the middle of the homepage.
Can't miss it.
Can't miss it. Newsletter sign up. But you want to definitely be signed up for the newsletter because then you won't miss out on stuff. Following us on social media is great, but the newsletter is the best way to get.
Yeah, because we do try to give you enough prior notice in the newsletter, and you don't get that on social media. Right. Social media is like, this is coming up this week, but in the newsletter you kind of get, you get the lead up to it. So that's why one of the reasons you want to subscribe to it, so you can be in the know. We've got lots of things coming up. In fact, we didn't put it on here. It's going out in the newsletter today, actually. The sign-up sheet to do our, on April 27th, we've got a yard sale.
Oh, yard sale.
Oh, the other thing,
and knit for food.
And we're knitting for food.
I put together the podcast notes yesterday. You could tell I didn't do a good job.
But first of all, we've got knitting for food coming up this month. And
that's this month, March.
Yeah, March 23rd.
23rd, yes.
And so what we do is, we pledge to knit or crochet or spin or weave
we don't
anything,
any fiber.
So we have a team here at Dances, and we pledge to do it from 10 in the morning to 10 at night. So there's a sign-up sheet if you want to join Team Dances. Yes. You don't have to do it from 10 to 10.
No, you sign up for some
sign up
slots.
for slots. Mm-hmm. The reason we do that is to make sure we have every hour covered. Mm-hmm. But no one's asking you to sit for 12 hours for Team Dances. Team Dances is a group effort. And so we're just kind of manning the hours between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Mm-hmm. And there's a link to sign up if you want to be part of Team Dances and come and stitch with us. Last year was a lot of fun. We don't usually stay here till 10 at night. Yeah. I mean, we were all getting a little punchy by then, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah. And if you decide you want to sign up to join us at Team Dances, just bring a light snack to share. We have a table of light snacks out, and just come and sit and enjoy. Yeah. People come and go, so it's very fluid during the whole 12 hours. And if you're not in the area, or you can't join us that day because you're out of town or something else, you get a chance to support Team Dances with your donations. Yes. They're rolling in. Mm-hmm. We also have a link on our newsletter for that as well. Yeah,
but we'll put links to that below. So Knit for Food is a Knit-athon, Craft-athon that started, 3 years? This is the third year? Or fourth year?
It's four.
Fourth year. Laura Nelkin is kind of the big organizer, but I'm sure you've seen it all over social media. Yeah. Lots of people have posted about it. So all the donations are split evenly between
I'm getting it right now.
World
Central
Kitchen, Meals on Wheels, Feeding America.
I think so. It's Knit for Food. Let's see.
And then there's one more.
Feeding America, World Central Kitchen, No Kid Hungry, and Meals on Wheels. So they're 100%.
Yes,
100%
of donations get split evenly between those four organizations.
And last year they raised $340,000 with 100% of the proceeds split evenly with those groups.
So it's a great way to make an impact. Yeah. So yes, you can sign up to come over here and craft with us. You can donate. You could do both. We'll put those links in the box below. I can't believe I forgot to put that on there. That's coming up in like 2 weeks.
And then in April, on April the 27th, which is
Local Yarn Store Day.
We've got a great lineup, and we'll podcast before and then tell you more. But just in a brief nutshell, we have Kate Loomis coming back with her jewelry for mother, just
for a
pop-up.
Yeah, pre-Mother's Day shopping.
Yeah, pre-Mother's Day shopping. And it was, oh my gosh, some of her designs are just gorgeous. And they're handcrafted with gems.
Beautiful stuff. She's a local she's been our customer for years, and she's a beautiful local jewelry maker.
So she's coming, and from 8 to 12 that morning, we are having our yard sale.
Yay! So sash busting yard sale.
And we don't ask any money from you. We just ask that you bring all your stuff. You take care of it. We just give you the space to do it. Mm-hmm. Set your table up, price your goods. We will, we'll get all the information out to you if you sign up. We'll send out an email with all the information. Yeah. If you want to do that, and it's a stash busting sale. So we ask it is not a yard sale. It's not for you to bring your house.
No, it's your yarn. It's mostly yarn. Spinning fiber would be okay. Fabric would be okay because we run it the same time as the Quilter's Corner. So Quilter's Corner folks will also be doing their stash busting. We have a lot of
people who do both.
Yard sales, so that's fine. Needles can sell. Needles and hooks do okay. Books and magazines don't sell.
Don't bring them.
Project bags. Sometimes will bring project bags. That sells, but it has to be fiber craft related stuff. It's not just like you said, clear out your garage and bring everything over. Yeah. We do get some confused people sometimes who just see us. They just see us on the road. And so they come in, and then I've had that happen more than once. Somebody's like, is it all yarn? Is that it? That's here? Yes,
obviously,
that's what it is.
They do not understand us.
Yeah, that's all it is. This is not a regular yard sale. That's why we didn't advertise it on, next door or something.
So we'll be sending out information to those people who sign up to do it. There is a sign up sheet in today's newsletter. There'll be a sign up sheet in next week's newsletter. and the week after that. So you have time to think about it, because some people want to, well, I don't have that much to sell. And then
let me go through everything.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe I
do
more than I thought.
Yeah. So so anyway, just check that out, because that's something that that's usually a lot of fun. A whole lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, and we're several years in now, so we get some shopper, and people drive up from.
We had North Carolina.
Yes, people drive up from North Carolina. People drive down from Northern Virginia. Like it's starting to kind of get a foothold now, so it's pretty good. It's a great event. We have a lot of fun, and like I said, this year we're doing it on Local Yarn Store Day, so we're excited. Mm-hmm. It'll be a lot of good fun.
Party. We love to do that.
Yep.
All right.
All right. So yes, sign up for the newsletter. Then you won't miss stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a lot of stuff going on.
There's the lesson there.
There's the lesson. A lot of stuff going on. All right. So what are you wearing today?
I know this is new. Speaking of festivals, Maryland Sheep and Wool. Mm-hmm. I am a big fan of Harrisville Designs, mm-hmm. and they are a very small mill, so they don't sell wholesale. Right. So we cannot get them in the shop, but I mean, that doesn't stop me from using their gorgeous yarns. They have 2 lines of yarns called Nightshade, or more than that, but I mean, the 2 that I love are Nightshades and Daylights. Mm-hmm. And the Nightshades are plied with, they're black, but they're plied with a color.
Nightshades are black Cormo wool, mm-hmm. that then, one of the plies is over dyed a color, so it's very subtle. Mm-hmm. And then the Daylights, the Daylights is the inverse, so it's white Cormo wool, U.S. Cormo wool. Mm-hmm. That again, one of the plies has a very pale wash of color applied to it.
So I use the yarn called for in the pattern. This is what I love.
This is called
Holly by Sarah Solomon. Mm-hmm. Perfect sweater for someone who is new to color work.
Yes.
And the reason is there was no more than 3 stitches for the mm-hmm. float.
So no long floats.
No long floats you had to learn to catch or mm-hmm. anything like that. It's very basic. There are a few short rows at the neck and the back, mm-hmm. not much. It has the collar is it's not just.
It's like a little bit like a ballet neck.
Collar. I guess that's what you call it. And I'm crooked, but yeah.
It's like a boat neck, but with mm-hmm. ribbing.
Yeah, but I love it. And if you've watched us before, you know that I love these types of sweaters, because not only do I wear them usually over blouses or shirts that are a little bit longer, I love them cropped, because I sometimes can, especially in transition times, I'll throw them on over, a sleeveless or a short sleeve dress mm-hmm. and wear them as a layering piece. But I love my sweaters as layering pieces. And so this was one that attracted me for that. Now, as far as what we have in the store, that would be a wonderful substitute for this. This is worsted weight. We have our Shelter by Brooklyn Tweed, which would be an amazing substitute. Very lightweight.
It's very similar. Mm-hmm. Woolen spun, very similar.
Woolen spun. It's very, as you can see, it's just very lightweight.
Well, it's spun by Harrisville. Harrisville Mill.
Oh, that's right.
Harrisville Mill spins Shelter for Brooklyn Tweed. So it's the same people, just different fiber.
But and we do carry the Brooklyn Tweed Shelter now. So there's lots of neat colors.
Really beautiful. Yeah.
To pick from. And like I said, there's no more than 3 stitches on the float. So it's perfect. It's a great first sweater for Fair Isle. Color work. So so that's what I'm wearing. This is again Holly. Hawley by Sarah Solomon, and we will link it below. Mm-hmm. All right. And what are you wearing?
So this is an old pad. This is one
of my favorites.
I just pulled this out. This is the Goat. Yes, GOAT, as in greatest of all time. Cowl by Laura Dobratz. So this uses mini skeins of fingering weight yarn, and you hold it double, and you transition a strand of this and then a strand of that, and then you cut the strand so that it creates this fade through 6 different colors. So it's 6 minis.
And why would you be showing a Laura Dobratz pattern and an Emma's yarn pattern?
because that's what I pulled out of my closet this morning. And I mean, we have yes, we have Emma's is one of the trunk shows that is coming for Crawl. We'll talk about that a little bit more. I don't know if she's going to send any kits for this particularly because this is an older. I think they've got some newer things,
but she'll send the mini skein kits.
Yes, she always sends some mini skein kits.
That would be perfect for a mini skein kit.
So, if you've got leftover bits, you know what I mean, because we all do that, you make the socks or whatever, and then you've got the 20 or 25 grams left. It is 6 20-gram minis is what goes into this. So really, really, it's just a very simple, straightforward. It's an easy pattern.
And that's why that's why we're so happy to be getting them back for Crawl. We love their kits and their design because they are wearable, everyday, fun accessory pieces that, I mean, it's like you can work on them in the car, you can work on them on a trip, and they just look so good.
Well, Laura's patterns are really nicely written.
They are. She
does. So we will have, I don't know what I said, we'll have goat, like I said, that will have goat cow kits just because she tends to see us new things, but we will have, that's what Emma's is sending as kits, which is fun because we always love a kit, right? It really makes it really easy. So that's what I'm wearing. Do you have another? No.
I have a whip, but no other.
Yeah. Well, I have an FO, but it's not blocked. So
it still counts. You got it off the needles, honey. It's a finished object.
I needed the other weekend. I was sick and I just needed a little something. I couldn't work on the Hana sweater. I just needed something simple and a palette cleanser type project. And Tiff Nealon had a brand new pattern that just released. Like I said, I think it's been 2 weeks ago now.
I love her pattern.
This is called the Journey Scarf. So this is a really simple, it hasn't been blocked, so it's curling and it's not quite as long as it's going to end up being. But it is a pattern. It's this kind of long, narrow scarf. It's super, super fast and easy. It's like a 4-row repeat. You do these kind of fun, slightly funky decreases down the middle to give it some shape and some texture, and you do increases on the edges to give you some fun little lace work almost. But it calls for 1 skein of worsted weight yarn. Or you could use, unlike size 9 needles, I think 8 or 9 needles. So it's really kind of meant to be just a little accessory piece. Now you could, if you wanted to, use a skein of DK and you would get a little bit of a longer scarf. This is not a super long scarf. It's really just meant to just do that. That's all it's really meant to do. Or you could kind of tie it. I've seen lots of people tie it cute ways, and that's all it is. But it is a great way to.
You need some tassels.
I don't have enough. Yeah. So I used a skein in my hand spun, and I used all but a teeny tiny little nugget is what I had left. And it does do this kind of color shift because that's how the yarn was spun. So you see the one end is a different color than the other end. But if you like this kind of look, you could use Dream State. You might need a second. Malabrigo would give you a great result. Rios, Lannis by Barocco would give you great results if you wanted a woolier scarf. Dream State would give you a similar look to this if you like the fact that my 2 ends are different colors. But you would need a second. You'd have to get 2 skeins.
Yeah, I was going to say
because they're 50-gram balls, so there's not quite enough to do the full length or shelter again. But you'd have to have 2. Yep, because those are 50 grams as well. But so, like I said, I just needed something, and I was hunting through, and I had seen. I get pretty much all of Tiff's patterns when they come out, so I knew that this had come out, and I was looking at my shelf, and I said, I think that skein over there is worsted weight, and I think I could use it for this. So it's just a perfect little, like I said, little accessory piece. You could do it in DK, slightly smaller needles. You'd end up with like a slightly longer scarf if you wanted but it's so simple. Like I said, it's a 4-row repeat. Very, very easy.
Yeah,
I just need to block it because it's curling pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be really cute with like a cuff. If you put like a cuff on it, that would be really cute. Wear it like that. So it's the Journey Scarf by Tiff Nealon. If you just need a little palette cleanser project.
Because you said it was a, what, 8-row repeat?
4-row repeat.
So the whole thing is a 4-row repeat.
The whole thing. Okay. The only thing is just these little
decreases.
Yeah, you do a little bit increases at one end, decreases at the other. But it's a 4-row repeat. Super, super simple and easy. And this took me, I don't know, like 3 days. 2-3 days.
Yeah, as you're talking, I'm trying to think of what bits and pieces
that you have in your stash. So anyway, but yeah, Journey Scarf by Tiff Nealon, super, super fast and easy. So I just have to, I thought I had blocked it. I really honestly thought I did. And I went to get it this morning and I went, it's just sitting there. It's sitting there on my to be blocked table. It hasn't actually been blocked yet. Oops. What are you working on?
So, in my Fat Squirrel bag, which, as y'all know, that I'm a former librarian for this.
Your favorite.
My favorite bag. It's a big bag. So last month you saw that I had. Well, it's not where I hoped it would be. Okay. But last month you saw this, and you saw that if you go back and if you didn't. You heard that I wanted to embroider on this. Oh. So I studied my embroidery on knit books.
You've got your interface.
Yeah. And so it's pretty much, if you've heard us talk about this before, you know it is actually divided into bits and pieces. They tell you a little bit about, embroidery and why embroidery and, the tools that you need for embroidery. And they talk about color. And they give you some ideas for basically how to prepare. You notice mine doesn't have a hoop on it because it's chunky. The hoop wasn't holding. It kept popping off. So I couldn't do it. So I have to do it flat on a table, which is okay. I don't mind. Bunches of pins in there. So it's a little bit different than what she suggested with the hoop. But as you can see, what you do, and I went and bought the stabilizer is what they call it. And mine is a water-soluble stabilizer. In the book, which I think is brilliant, she includes the patterns after she shows them on garments. Like for this one,
ideas. Yeah.
She gives you ideas.
Put it on a hat. Yeah. This design on a hat.
And then what she tells you is she gives you the outline of the design and tells you what stitches you're going to use. And there is a stitch dictionary at the front. So you just refer back to it as to how to do the stitch. It's very well laid out. The book is very well laid out. So I decided, as you can see, I picked some designs that I liked from the book that I wanted. And my criteria for doing this was I wanted and needed something very simple for my first time. Didn't want a lot of colors. I really love, she even goes into embroidering with ribbon, which I really love that idea and I want to try it, but I thought, no, that's a little ambitious for the first time. What I found so interesting is that as I'm reading the stitch dictionary for the 3 stitches that I'm going to use in this, I'm like, I learned this at some point in my life. Have no recollection of when I learned it, under what context it was. When it just sounded familiar. I just remember doing the stitches. And I thought, did I do these before, like on a napkin or on some kind of tea cloth, or because I did cross stitch, but this was like before then. So I was trying to think, because I'm in that age category where I had home ec. In school. Did I learn it in home ec? I don't know, but these stitches look very familiar. So I picked several things that I like. And the whole thing is you take and trace the design that you like. And here are the designs.
I'm going to do this bird at some point.
Yeah. So you take and, is that one? Yeah, there you go. So you take and you trace it onto the stabilizer. Now, like I said, my stabilizer is water soluble. So as soon as water hits it, you have to be real careful because Millie actually drooled on a piece of it, and it started.
If you drip, I dripped some water when I was working on my Taylor Swift cardigan. I dripped a little bit of water on it, and I had to be like, no, not yet.
So anyway, I had some that I tried, and that's the nice thing is I traced 3 and then laid them all up on this. This pattern, as I said last month, is called Friend to Friend by Leslie Friend. It is a shrug. And I just wanted something simple to come from the bottom and just come up here.
It's going to be pretty.
So I have started, as you can see, this one is I think it's called a divided stitch because you divide it, but
or
it's good for split stitch.
Yeah.
So you divide it. So I've done that, and I've got the other colors that I'm going to use. And there is this wonderful needlepoint store. You can use any yarn. I decided to go and do the yarn that they called for rather than this yarn, and they said, this, what do they call it?
It's tapestry wool. Well, it's either tapestry wool or crewel thread.
Yeah.
They're just tapestry wool's a little bit thicker, crewel thread's a little bit thinner, but they're all 100% wool.
Now, because this is bulky, those balls are rolling. Because this is bulky, I am doubling it.
Yes.
Because the yarn on the shrug.
I think you're using crewel thread because that's a little bit thinner.
Yeah.
Because I use tapestry wool, and the tapestry wool on was much thicker than that. So
yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm using. As soon as it's done, you're gonna wet the stabilizer, and then it just comes off.
It dissolves. It's magic. It really is. It's just.
But it is just sewing. I've got my needles here with my my needle and thread. So it's just sewing. I was hoping to have it finished by today. That's not going to happen. But anyway. Yeah. So that has been my work in progress. Who would think that on March the 4th I would be looking at the fact that I probably am not going to get to wear it, but that's
okay. It'll be waiting for you.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, can't recommend this book enough.
Yes, we did get a restock, and we've got a few copies. Yeah, so if you did not get a copy of Embroidery on Knits, I would go ahead and get it from us. This will probably be the last time.
This is the third time
we've gotten it in. This is the third printing. It will probably sell out again. I don't know if they're going to go to a 4th printing. Lana hasn't said yet. So this will probably be the last time we have it in stock. So if you want it, get it.
It's one of those that it's not just a reference book. It's a very functional.
She really walks you through. If you've never done any kind of embroidery at all, ever, she really does walk you through, and Judith does. And you can totally do it. You can then make up your own. Like I use the book, but then I didn't use any of her patterns. I just
made up your own.
Well, once you understand the basics, then you can go on YouTube, and there's tons of little stitch tutorial videos to do. I want to make leaves. How do I make a leaf? And then there are all these different ways to do leaves. And,
but it's a stitch dictionary because she gives you
and I've loved some of the
directions on how to do them.
Yeah.
But then the patterns and examples of wearing the patterns on
placement on different things
and what to think about with placement. And she even goes into, if you're doing these designs in the book, you want to do on this design, you want to do the stem first, and then you want to do the leaves.
Giving you advice. Yeah.
So it is just, I love the book.
Oh, I
sat and studied it one evening, and it just
it's really it's well written, and it's just fun to read, and it's a fabulous book.
It is very organized the way my brain works. I got to tell you a funny story though, because I've never done this before that I could remember.
Right.
But the stitches look familiar. Like, okay, I think I practiced that when I was a kid, but I don't have any recollection of it at all.
You may have done it in Girl Scouts. I know we did a little embroidery.
Maybe that's what, because
I can remember doing a little basic embroidery sampler thing in Girl Scouts.
Maybe I did it, or
the 1 year I was in Girl Scouts.
But what the funny story of that is the girl who did our logo, my good friend Sarah. She did our logo. She's an artist. She is beautiful. Her work is gorgeous, and she does pottery. She does all this other stuff. here I am working on this. And she is so into it. She's like, gosh, I really want to do this. And then she goes, because she saw me working on it, she goes, I think what I'm going to do is just go up to the Goodwill store or go to Walmart, and I'm going to pick up a couple of really inexpensive things to practice on. The artist is going to practice. And here I am. The very first thing that I want to do is my knitwear, and I'm pulling it out. I'm just going to do it. I'm winging it.
Well,
I am
no,
going to try
it
it.
just
and I'm
comes
like,
out. It'll be fine.
it's-
But the thought, because I've thought about that too. I'm like, there's so many of those designs in that book that I'd love to do, but I'm like, I'm not that fast of a knitter. I'm never going to be able to make enough. So that's what I've started doing. Anytime I go to a thrift store, I check out the sweaters because I'd want 100% wool one. So I just watch. My daughter, I go to thrift stores a lot. I've got a teenager. This is what they do.
When she was a teenager.
This is what they do. Yeah. So I spend a lot of time in thrift stores. So I just watch for, because that's my thought. If I find a sweater that is 100% wool, then I'll just embellish it,
It's a great idea, but I just thought that was pillows. Funny. The expert painter and illustrator was going to practice, and here I am on network. No, I'm just going for it. And
it'll be fine. It just pulls out. If you don't like it, it's not like you haven't permanently altered anything. You could just cut the threads and pull it all out. It'll be fine.
And that's what I thought. Yeah. And the other thing.
Well, what's the other thing you're working on?
Oh my gosh, Erin. That's not it.
That's not yours.
Where's mine?
It's sitting there right here. Chair.
Got too many bags around here. So. All right. So on the cover of, I meant to grab it.
It's right there. The previous issue of Lana.
Yeah. So do you see that vest? I liked it. And one of the reasons I liked it is because if you've been watching us enough, you kind of know now that I really like the boxy look. And this is a boxy vest. Isn't that very pretty? So
it's called Kettle Cove.
Kettle Cove. And it is, did I write down who it was by?
By Jennifer Brow.
Okay. So I picked out some colors of Lana's in worsted.
Oh, I can see exactly where you're going with this. It's fine.
I know, it is. For me, it's fine. But this is a lesson that we're going to talk to you about, because Erin has talked about this several times. These are the colors I picked.
Very similar to what the
very cover. Similar. And as you can see, I wanted it gray and I wanted a little pop of color in there. And then this was the trim. So this is what it looks like.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's ready to divide. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, it is not blocked. Once it's blocked, I am hoping it's going to pop a little more.
It's very low contrast.
It is. And so that's the point. You're looking at this, you would not have thought, and I keep going the other.
It's harder on camera. It's in real life. There's more color hue difference between them in camera. On the camera, you may not be able to see it.
Yeah. So I look at this and I think, oh, this is going to be great together, because this pink is going to pop just enough. I didn't want it bright pink, but I wanted it more subtle. But as you can see, it's blending in.
This is because contrast is not about hue. It's about value, right? So two yarns that to your naked eye look very different.
And that does look different.
Because the hue is different. The color of them is different. But contrast is about value, which is the relative darker lightness of a color. And so what we tell people, now I love low contrast color work. I think it's beautiful. I think it's very textural looking and I enjoy it. But not everybody, and it happens sometimes, people will pick out yarns and they'll come in the shop with part of a sweater done and they're all upset because they're like, I'm doing all this work.
Right.
And I can't see it.
So I have
now it will stand out more when you block it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping. I really struggled with, do I take this out? And do I go and get another pink?
Or a darker, what I would maybe do is keep the pink, go darker here. That's what the cover picture is. Yeah. The taupe is a little bit darker. Or you could go darker on the pink, either one.
But I don't think I'm taking it out.
I don't think so. I think it's beautiful.
I think I'm going to leave it in. And one of the things, I don't know, I was going to do this, but now I don't know. Let me push this up just a little bit. And you can see here, at the end, they take the green, in my case, the green, and they do a running stitch.
Oh, yeah. Well, especially once you get that green. Oh, well, then it's going to be beautiful. When you do that, it'll be, here. Oh, yeah. You can see it in that picture really well. Oh, that'll be gorgeous then.
You think the green's not going to be too overpowering for that pink?
I don't think so. I think it'll be pretty.
It's not done on the back. It's just done on the front.
I think it's pretty. So, yes. So if you are embarking on a project where contrast is important to you, right? The best thing that you can do is to take your yarns and lay them next to each other and take a picture with your phone, and then go into your photo editor or your gallery or your photo, whatever, and put a black and white or a grayscale, you can use either one, filter over the picture, because what that's going to do is that's going to take the hue, the color out of the picture, and it's just going to show you the relative value of those two yarns.
So you see, I took a picture.
Yep. And so once the color is gone and all you're left with is the value, if you can't tell the difference between those two yarns, they look like exactly the same yarn, that means there's not a lot of contrast between them. Now, like I said, it's not a requirement for color work to have a lot of contrast.
But do you think I did that?
Well,
no. And I work in a yarn shop.
Well, and because then now Stephanie Pearl McPhee's famous phrase comes into. Now, I don't think this is a mistake, but as Stephanie says, experienced knitters don't stop making mistakes. They just make bigger mistakes faster. Because we assume, and this happens.
But you don't see the value there.
I mean, I can see it a little bit.
It's about as subtle as my sweater.
If you had come into the shop and we were looking at it, I would tell you I can see a difference. You may not be able to see a difference. I can see a difference, but that's very low contrast. So what do you want? Do you want low contrast? I think it's beautiful. I think if you put that green stitch up, it's going to running stitch up.
You think so?
In the columns, I think that's going to be really nice looking. Oh yeah, I like that.
So
I think that'll be beautiful.
Anyway, I'm almost ready. I mean, right now I stopped last night because I'm ready to go back and forth now.
Yeah.
It's just up to the.
Yep. So it is. Yeah. But yes. So always, that's an easy way to check contrast if contrast is important to you.
All right. So anyway, that's my saga of the yeah, that's my saga of Kettle Cove.
I like it.
So anyway, go.
So I did not bring Hana. I'm up to my neck in Knit-athon stuff.
First of all, are you liking Hana?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I'm enjoying it. I think it's great. I made a fabulous error, pretty big one on the back piece that I'm working on, and it didn't occur to me until after I was sitting there. I'd gotten several rows in and then went, wait a minute, I'm not reading that chart right. Hold on a second. So it's great. It's a perfect opportunity. I'll film some videos about how you fix miscrossed cables. But that's going on. Year-long Knit-athon folks are rolling, but I needed something else to work on. Well, that is not Hana. And so I am, you popped right off of there.
Pretty.
So I am in the middle of a sweater spin. So I have 3 bobbins full of singles. Just finished my 3rd bobbin last night. So that means I am ready to ply. So I'm going to do a 2-ply yarn. It's going to end up being about a fingering weight. I'll probably have about 1,200 to 1,400 yards-ish when I'm done. So then I will be ready to knit.
This is beautiful.
A sweater. This is a Kim Dyes yarn fiber. I'm sorry, I bought the last 3 braids. But this is a 75% BFL, 25% Tussa silk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start plying. I'll start with 2 bobbins. I'll ply until they're both about half gone. That'll be 1 skein. Then I'll take bobbin 1 and bobbin 3 and ply. A bobbin 1 will be empty. That'll make my next skein. And then I'll take half a bobbin 2 and their other half a bobbin 3 and ply. So I'll have 3 skeins at the end, but that's how I'm going to kind of mix. I'm trying to mix and blend the
that's beautiful
braids
Erin.
as much as possible. So
that is absolutely beautiful.
So yes, single spun on my shacked sidekick, and then I have a plying wheel that I'll ply them on. But yep, so that's at the halfway point. That's the thing with spinning is so if you're wondering, if you're like, well, why didn't you just spin one braid and then ply it and then spin the next braid and then ply it? And I could have done it that way. But when you're talking about a bigger spin like that and you're trying to stay consistent, it's generally better to spin all of your singles first and then do all the plying. It's easier to get inconsistent if you like spin and ply up one braid and then spin and ply up the next one, then spin and ply up the next one. It can end up not being quite as nice and consistent as you would like it to be. So,
yeah. And I don't have.
So that's what we're working on. So what is new in the shop? We have a pile of stuff in front of us.
Well, the first thing is Emma's Yarns. We just put this out and half of it's gone.
Color of the month. Yes, this is March 2024.
Isn't that gorgeous?
We get them in on their Hella Hanks, which is a 600-yard, 150-gram skein of superwash merino, cashmere, and nylon blend. This is such a fun color for March. The camera's blowing out real bad.
I'm gonna put it over.
That's such a fun color for March. So again, yeah, half of it's gone. And when it's gone, it's gone. They don't die anymore. So if you want,
sometimes they bring it back after a year.
Sometimes they will, but other times they won't. So if you like this color, strongly recommend running off to our website and grabbing that.
I think we have 4 skeins of it.
Okay.
Which
was about half. Yeah, we start with 8.
So we've decided to go ahead and bring in a couple. We just love Emma's Yarn.
Yes.
We love working with them. We love their yarn. And when we did the subscription box that we just concluded at the end of the year 2023, the very last box had this drapey DK in it, which we just squished and squished and squished and squished. It's got 30% silk in there.
And 70% superwash merino.
And it is just heavenly. It's a great sweater yarn, accessory yarn. I mean, it's just an all-purpose DK.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be great for anything. So we started bringing them in. So we've got some drapey DK for you on the wall.
I just pulled 4 colors. We have a lot of colors of this. I did a social media post last week about different ideas for the drapey DK. So we
brought their marvelous mohair.
Yeah. So we wanted a multicolored, hand-dyed mohair silk blend for you to do all your fluffy dreams with, hold it with another yarn, use it as a contrast yarn. So we brought the Emma's marvelous mohair in for you as well. We're also currently consistently restocking each month. That we bring in a few colors of Little Fox yarn across 3 of her bases: Vixen, Nuage, and True Wash DK,
which has now become our favorite.
Yes.
As far as her bases.
Yes.
True Wash,
it's absolutely fabulous. So you will see that steadily coming in as well. So we're excited about that, to get those regular restocks from Amy. And then Arbor by Brooklyn Tweed. Well, no, this is not Shelter's Little Sister.
Well, it is per brand. I'm sorry.
It's a different.
It's not the same base.
No, it's a different base.
Different base, but it's Brooklyn Tweed.
It's Brooklyn Tweed DK. This is 100% American Targhee wool, 3-ply woolen spun. It is not tweed though. These are solid colors that they dye. Right now, so I think we talked about this potentially when we brought Shelter on. So Brooklyn Tweed lost their dye mill during COVID. And so they have brought, and Harrisville spins their yarns for them. But their dye mill, they have a new mill that they started working with last year. And so some of their color lines, they lost a lot of their colors and they're slowly bringing them back. So Arbor, we brought the 5 colors of Arbor in that are available right now, but a whole bunch more coming online this month. So once they're available for wholesalers to order, we will be bringing in more colors of Arbor. But this is this would be great for color work. It would be gorgeous for the cables. I'm actually going to make a ranunculus.
Oh,
it's on my list of things to do here soon, is cast on a ranunculus out of this color, which is called cobbler. It's kind of like a dark winey color. But
yeah,
really, really beautiful. Light as a feather. So even though it's 100% wool, this is still great for summer tops. If you're like me and don't like working with plant-based yarns, this would be great for that. So that's all new in the shop. Did we sell our last copy? Because we don't have any 52 weeks sitting in front of us. I think we may have sold.
I think we have one left. It's over on a shelf.
Okay, so 52 weeks of accessories.
And we're not ordering that.
We're not, yeah. So I think I've got one copy left that came out a couple weeks ago from Lana Publishing. So if you want it, run off to my website right now and see if there's still a copy. The next magazine, though, Spring 2024, is getting ready to drop. We have them in the shop, but we can't put them out yet. Publication day for this is March 15th, but it is available on our website as a pre-order. So if you're looking for the next, there's some beautiful transition pieces in here. I think they've started doing pattern previews, so I'm going to risk it. Look at this. Look at this.
They're pretty.
So beautiful transition pieces. It's a gorgeous magazine, as always. Very interesting articles. So that drops March 15th, but you can go ahead and place your pre-order, and then you'll be guaranteed a copy. Will be ready for you to pick up, or we'll ship out to you on publication day.
Now, you probably remember a few years ago, it's been more than that now, we had the slap bracelet craze where, you slap bracelet, but that's not what these are. I mean, they could be if you wanted them to be, if you wanted to wear them as an accessory piece. These are actually sock rulers, and they're from Knit Kits, and we've just got them in the shop. What we love about them is we have quite a few sock knitters here.
Yes.
And what makes these great for sock knitters is that they fold up. We've got them in different colors. These are great to take with you because the sock rulers we've seen in the past, they're kind of either wooden or plastic or some type of material that doesn't allow them to be flexible enough for you to put them in your notions case. So here you go.
Yep, they'll curl up nice and tight.
Buy a couple.
Yeah, on the back they've got basic women's shoe sizes. The idea with this would be you're knitting your sock. You've either come from the top down and turned your heel, or if you're working from the toe up, you cast on your toe, down your toe, and then you're going to put this in to help you measure the length of the foot before the heel, right? And then also can help you measure if you want your leg to be a certain height, that can help you with that too. But that's the idea, is you're going to stick this either in the toe, and then you're going to knit out however long you need to be before you're ready for your heel. Or if you've done your heel, you're going to stick it in your heel, and it will help you measure until you're ready to do your toe.
Yeah. And these are amazing. These are great because they do fold up for notions pouches.
Exactly.
And take on trips with you and to have them as your tool.
So much fun.
Because when you think about it, what's so nice is these are, they're stiff. So, they're not going to move on you like a tape measure would or anything like that. So it's more accurate. So these are wonderful. They're in the shop. They're on our website. They're $11. So it's a great price for those.
Yeah.
So take a look at those.
Yep.
Then we've got felted sky bunnies.
You want to talk about this next? I know you said this, but since this is another notion.
Okay.
So
we got Donovan note cards in here, Donovan Designs. They are new to us.
Little notepads. These are notepads. So Dances with Wool is calling, and I must go. Your to-do list after your knitting, of course.
Nothing.
And then
this shit will block right out. It's what we tell our customers.
We all know it's true. So fun little notepads, mini notepads, small enough you can stick them in your project bag. But again, another fun gift, right? Mother's Day is coming. These are just little fun gift things. We're trying to have some fun little notion type items that you can grab. Perfect to pair with a gift card, all of that good stuff. Stick in an Easter basket.
Yep.
All of that stuff.
And then we have our needle felting has become pretty popular here at Dances. And so we have some new kits in the store just in time for Easter and spring. We have eggs and bunnies.
And chicks.
And chicks.
So all kinds of fun. These kits from Felted Sky are great. They include everything you need to make them. They're very beginner friendly. And there's even some videos on their website to kind of help guide you through the basics. I love this Easter egg.
Isn't that cute?
That is so cute. I hadn't really looked at that yet. Super, super cute. So those
Very
are
well done.
We
kits.
do have a introduction to needle felting class getting ready to come up. You're going to be making the chicks in that class, but then we've got other fun kits for you to check out, and they do go pretty quickly. So if you want them, grab them.
We have a new to us trunk show coming.
Yes.
And that will be on March 23rd this month. It's Ritual Dyes, and we are so excited they're coming. Check out their website. They have some beautiful things.
So yes, so Ritual Dyes is coming for the first time. They'll send samples and all kinds of fun stuff. So it'll be live in the shop on March 23rd, and then they'll be here for a week until the 30th. So check that out.
And then we have our biggest party of the year getting ready to come up that we are, like we said at the top of the show, are ready for. We now are just in waiting mode. Everything's been planned. Everything is, ready to go. So let's just go down the list of things that, in addition to it being a party, and they're going to be giveaways at different price points, and we want you to travel with us. In addition to that, we went live this week with our pre-orders. And our pre-orders are for our exclusive special things that are going on here in the shop. Mm-hmm. And these special things that are going on here in the shop are always popular. And what happens is inevitably we never know. I mean, we always buy more than we do the year before, but we end up sometimes running out. So we threw up pre-orders this year just so that you can guarantee that nothing is going to run out when you are here at the shop. Yeah. So when you come for the yarn crawl, you pick it up. When you get here, it'll be waiting for you. Or if you are not local to us, and we will go over all the ways to participate in the crawl. But if you're not local to us, we will ship it to you. But it's your chance to pre-order before the crawl to guarantee that it'll be waiting for you.
So all of the information, there's a page on our website that I've just been scrolling while Debbie talked. That's got all of the information, everything you need.
And talk fast
to know. Yeah. So, okay. So, that's all there. So we just wanted to real quick throw out what's available for pre-order. First up is the 2024 Daisy Said project bag. Angie does a special exclusive bag for us every year. This year is the Yarn Keeper style bag. It's the perfect 2 to 3 skein project bag with a zipper closure that forms this great handle. This year's this year's design has, this adorable little sheep with her dogwood crown. So that is available. Angie is also done, if you have not seen these fun yarn carousels. So the idea is the skein of yarn sits, the spike goes through the middle of it, and now you get a smooth outside pull. You can wear the strap on your wrist, or you can hook it up somewhere in your car, in the airplane. It's a great way to keep your yarn corralled. And this year, Angie has done one with the James River Yarn Crawl logo on it. So those are available for pre-order.
We have our 50-yard skein.
Yes. So once again, the Miquelon is going to be here. That'll be the patterns for that drop on March 9th this week. There's a crochet and a knit version of a lovely rectangular shawl, and every shop has a 50-gram fingering weight color. So the idea is you get one from each shop, and then you'll be ready to make the pattern. So this is ours, this beautiful deep blue color. So that's available for you to order. We also have,
coming back
from Little Fox Yarn, the return of Blue Skies and Dogwoods. Amy developed this color for us a few years ago, but it has not been in the shop since. So she's going to dye this on Vixen, which is her shop favorite, 80% superwash merino, 20% silk base. And so you can go ahead and order. The yarn has a 2 skein per person limit, just because we're trying to get it to as many folks as possible.
But guarantee your skein.
But yes, exactly. If you pre-order it, it'll be here waiting for you, or it'll ship right out. We will have extras ready for that weekend, but we know how it goes, guys, right? It always sells out. So save yourself the stress and pre-order. We've also got, we've brought back some of the logo merch, hats, t-shirts, tumblers, mugs, all that good stuff. That is not a pre-order. That is up right now, and you can come and get it. So you can go ahead and order your t-shirt and your hat or whatever, and we'll ship it out right to you, or you can come get it, and then you can sport it while you're on the crawl. Special
we'll link
prices
it down below where you can go get that.
Yep, special prices for all of that this year. Special pricing on those. So yeah.
So we're about ready to run out of juice on my computer.
So we're going to say goodbye.
We're going to say goodbye before it goes off without us being able to control it. So thanks for watching today. We'll come live to you before the yarn crawl with some things that we want you to know about right before the crawl. But we hope you have a good week, and we will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. So I am going to